This here is the Insta360 Go 3. It's a tiny but mighty action cam. Although it's small, this thing is pretty powerful. What I'm most excited about is using this thing to create POV videos, which I've been doing a lot of in the past couple of years. I know you're here to learn about this cam, so let's get right to it. So the first thing I noticed about this action cam is the size. It's tiny. It weighs in at about 35 grams, so it's considered the world's smallest action cam. And it's pretty rugged too, so I'm pretty sure it can take a beating. Let's go, bro, let's go. It has a magnetic body, which I really love, and I will get into in just a second. In regular video mode, it can do 2.7K and 30 frames per second. Slow motion can do up to 120 frames per second in 1080p. So with POV capture, when I do these type of videos, I usually have my phone in my hand. But with this new setup, I can completely go hands-free. I think it's one of my favorite things about this new action cam. I can shoot the whole thing in ultra wide and 2.7K and 30 frames per second so that it has a better view of what I'm seeing. Go through the middle and I'll capture a couple shots there. Okay. You can change to other options too, like action or linear, but that would just depend on what you're shooting. If I need to start shooting instantly, all I need to do is press the quick button here, and it'll instantly turn on and start recording. When you open up the box, you get a bunch of other accessories that come with it. A magnetic pendant, a clip, and a pivot stand. The magnetic mounting system on this cam is actually pretty amazing. Since the body is magnetic, I can easily just post it onto something that's magnetic and get some cool shots in several different angles. It makes it easier for me when I'm shooting on my own. Magnetic pendant is probably my favorite accessory. I actually bought something similar to this for my smartphone, but it didn't really work out that well. Phone was just a little bit too heavy. This works perfectly with the Go 3 since this camera is so light. All you gotta do is hide the pendant under your clothing and your Go 3 will still snap onto it. You can adjust it to be positioned horizontally or vertically, which is really, really cool. With the pivot stand, it has this reusable sticky base so that you can mount it in different creative locations. Okay, so now I'm testing out this sticky mount that you can stick on a window and just wash the sticky base again so that you can reuse it. Right now it's holding up. And again, all this comes in the box, so you don't have to buy it separately. So in the box, you also get this action pod. You can use it for a ton of other things when you connect it with each other. So first thing, it increases battery life. The Go 3 by itself has a pretty good battery life that can last up to 45 minutes, but when you attach it to the action pod, you can get roughly around 170 minutes, which is pretty crazy. That's like 4 times more battery life when you attach it to the pod. We got Mark here, who's beach ready. It has a flip touchscreen, which will help you perfectly frame your shots and easily help you navigate through the settings. Swiping from different sides will bring up different menu options. So when you swipe from the right, it brings up the camera settings such as shutter speed and ISO. Swiping from the left brings up your gallery of photos and videos. Swiping from the bottom brings up ratio, resolution, and frame rate. And then swiping from the top brings up some menu options. Or you can press Q on the side to access the quick menu where you'll see preset shooting options and settings. Presets like time shift, where you can make it seem like you sped up time. Slow motion, which you can do up to 120 frames per second in 1080p. And then time-lapse mode will be present there as well. There's a bunch of other modes on there. You just gotta try them out and get creative with it. When you have the Go 3 mounted, you can use the action pod to control the camera and preview the shots from a certain distance, up to roughly 16 feet in range. So now I'm gonna press record on this. And I'm going to get a walking shot, just walking past this. I'll have the action pod to see what the shot looks like. So this is perfect if you want to use the action pod as a monitor just to see what type of shots you're getting with the Go 3. So Insta360 sent me some other accessories to try out, like this monkey tail mount, 2-in-1 tripod, and this quick release mount. I like the monkey tail mount the most since I can wrap it around different objects and get some really cool angles that I usually have a hard time with when I'm using my mirrorless cam. Wrap it around here. See, the cool thing about this is you can wrap it pretty much anywhere, so you can get really creative with your shots. Now the app. This paired with this is a must. Now you can just transfer your files over with the code that they give you, but I highly suggest that you use the app to edit some of the clips that you shot before exporting it over. There's just so many things that you can do with it. The new auto edit feature within the app is really cool if you don't really want to spend too much time putting together your clips. With this, you can select the clips that you want to use, choose the length of the video and style that you like it edited to. You can even change up the song and then go into each clip if you want to shorten or expand certain ones. It's super cool and it saves a lot of time since you're getting the app to do all the heavy work. If you shot in a free frame mode, which is another video mode on this cam, you'll be able to tweak your shooting angle and customize things in post like adjusting the aspect ratio. All this needs to be done though on the Insta360 app. Some other features that I love about this cam: flow state stabilization, which is the stabilization system built into this camera. It'll just help improve all the shakes, bumps, and rolls, which means that you'll get a ton of great usable footage without worrying about it being too shaky. The other cool feature on this thing is called 360 Horizon Lock, which means that your video will stay upright no matter what it is you're filming. Like I mentioned earlier, this cam here is rugged and it's also waterproof. The Go 3 camera itself is waterproof up to 16 feet. The action pod though is not waterproof, but it is IPX4 water resistant. So even though you can't throw it underwater, it'll be able to perform well even when it's raining, snowing, or gets splashed on by water. The audio on the Go 3 has also been upgraded. So when you're recording and doing vlog style videos, you'll have two mics on here to capture your audio. Testing out the audio on the Insta Go 3 here, and also voice control where you can tell it what to do and it'll do it for you. Take a photo. So what is this tiny cam used for, and who is it for? I think I'll help people capture their experiences in a more fun and creative way. Great for traveling or putting it on your bike when you're going on the trails, or even just a fun day out with your family. I'll be using mostly to capture POV style videos, which I've been doing, and even use it for behind the scenes when I do my shoots. It's so compact and doesn't take up a lot of space at all, so I can just easily throw it into my gear bag. It's just so versatile, and there's just so many creative mounting possibilities with this. I highly suggest you guys check it out. I'll leave a link down below if you guys want to learn more about this new amazing cam from Insta360. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to check this one out where I review another Insta360 product.